We're taking on the charge of this is the best day ever and it's getting better. We're taking on the charge that we're so available to the Spirit of the living God, the living one, active within us, that we come to a high water mark, so to speak, in our living, in our giving, in our sharing, and our greater understanding of the great power and presence and love of God that is everywhere in its fullness. If you're new to the Agape Nation in any way, shape, or form, we're keenly aware of the omnipresence of God, that all of God is everywhere, that there's not a part of God over there and a piece of God over there and more God over there and less God over there. The presence of God is it's omnipresent, which means all of it is everywhere. And though we may see through a glass darkly, though we may have a level of perception that creates distinction and difference and sometimes distance, that's an optical illusion, because all of the presence is everywhere. And so we take that on as a spiritual principle and seek to live from that dynamic to the best of our ability with affirmative prayer, sacred meditation, life visioning, communion with community, and more spiritual practices as they emerge that allow us to live over the top of our previous perception, our previous paradigm. In other words, we're paradigm busters, always seeking to become more, never less, than our true self. This month we're dealing with the theme of responding from the timeless or reacting to time. And of course, we're seeking to choose to respond from the timeless. That is, there's an eternal timeless dimension of our own being that's untouched by time and circumstance, untouched by perception, untouched by experience. It is real and it is eternal, and it is our intrinsic self with a capital S. And then there is time and experience. And oftentimes our personality and the surface tension of our mind and the different constellation of shifting personalities that have emerged from experience becomes our predominant perception where we live from. So we end up reacting to circumstances and situations. We end up reacting to our interpretation of things that have come in the past, bringing them into present moment over and over and over again, and not really living life moment to moment, but we're living a constant repetition of that which happened, that which appeared to have happened, or interpretation of what has happened. So we never get to live life fully and completely. So we've taken on the vibration of taking 100% responsibility for our life. Responsibility does not mean blame. It means we take 100% responsibility for whatever is moving through us, so without projection, meaning that we are not projecting that which is going on within here onto someone else. We are taking responsibility for it, not blaming ourselves, taking responsibility for it with an intention to grow, a sweet practice of embracing so that we can observe ourselves, examine ourselves, transmute the energy of whatever it is that's going on within us, so we go to higher and higher frequencies of life.